Alright. Let's get back to this. I wonder what. Okay, so this is from CoffeeZilla. Okay, that's who this guy is. And some stuff is alright, and some stuff I don't like. But let me see here. Let's see. Okay, looks like that part worked. Oh.
People.
Yeah.
In the same way, you also have Leon Black, who reportedly paid $158 million over 5 years to Jeffrey Epstein for tax advice. And guess what? Leon Black.
What? So he paid $158 million approximately for what Black contends was services rendered and values received. Well, the problem is that about what services that was. That's the issue. It's about what services rendered. What does that mean? Was it tax advice or was it something else?
Years to Jeffrey Epstein for tax advice. And guess what? Leon Black, billionaire, also paid the U.S. Virgin Islands $62 million in cash
For
as
what?
part of a settlement, a non-prosecution, where they wouldn't go after him for anything from, quote,
Do you remember what I said yesterday about how when you have $100 million, you unlock a new talent tree, and whenever you have $1 billion, you unlock an extra multi-classing ability? Do you remember whenever I said that, you know, everybody, oh, you're closer to Donald Trump or these billionaires than we are? I don't think you realize the levels that these guys fucking operate at. This is insane.
Any and all claims of any nature whatsoever, specifically related to Jeffrey Epstein. It's worth noting that $15 million of this cash payment will be going to counseling programs and activities or mental health services. You also have Jess Staley, the former boss of Barclays. He directly admitted to having sex with a member of Epstein's staff.
Or of his legal age or not.
Which one?
Plus.
I mean, the staff, like, so... Yeah, I don't know about this.
Which you would expect if someone was running a trafficking operation.
This is what I think Trump should do. This is my best case scenario.
Why the fuck is still shilling for Trump? What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You don't think he's involved in it? You think he may? I don't know, but this is a problem with some people that vote for Trump, and they see Trump as a god, their savior and everything. And he's got some involvement in this. What involvement is another, we never know. But
Trump releases all of the files, all of the names, all of the people, redacts the victims, and just says, yeah, we're not really sure which ones of them are pedophiles and which ones aren't. Yeah, we don't know.
The thing is, the victims want justice. You think the victims want justice. A lot of them do. And by keeping things redacted, not putting the names out there, which they do have, is that this just shows money talks, the powerful, talks, and shit walks. If this is just a normal, everyday person doing this, they'd be fried, they'd probably be dead in prison. But because this is the rich and the powerful, politicians, people in intelligence, the FBI involved in this as well, then they're going to quash this and say nothing to see here.
Just straight up. That would be, yes, the purge, yes. Yeah, just putting it out there. Yeah, I don't know, but, it could be these guys. Control yourself. Yeah, that'd be the most obvious. That would be, why would he release himself? He would be on the list too. Yeah, no, you're right. Pure fucking chaos. As I said, what have I said many times?
Though, I just have to say that there was a statement that this was entirely consensual, and I'm not saying anything about that. I'm simply saying the idea that Epstein was just trafficking for himself is unlikely to be true, in my opinion. Later, Staley wrote to Epstein, "Say hi to Snow White." Epstein wrote,
these girls did have, the right to say no. A lot of these girls were trafficked from Eastern Europe and everything. And it's a sex slavery ring. And if they did do as they were told, they just go back to their slavery that they were in Eastern Europe.
replied, "What character would you like next?" Staley responded, "Beauty and the Beast." And then Jeffrey Epstein said, "Well, one side is available."
There's someone who is a beast and predator in this case, but
again, the title of this video is "The Worst Cover-Up of My Lifetime."
And he has no idea what some of us other people know. When it comes to ETs, UFOs, RFK, JFK, I've already been over this stuff before. How the mafia is involved with those assassinations, military, FBI, including Dallas police were involved in some cover-up. People, National Security Council, military, they're involved in assassinations. So, no, it's not even close. Not even close. Those cover-ups are not even close.
This is crazy. They're not even trying.
This is a lot smaller compared to that, but
they're not. That's what's so insane about this. They're not even trying. It's so bad. Yeah, they're not even trying to hide it.
Obviously, some type of coded message. You can read into that for yourself. But all of this is public. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what makes the government's memo so infuriating. Is so much reporting has already been done. These settlements with powerful figures under denials, yes, but also under very questionable circumstances, make just a complete denial and statement that all of this was just Epstein impossible to believe.
If people keep on asking, the FBI, aren't they investigating it? They're a part of covering it up. Including, like I said, intelligence officials, Chase Bank, royalty in different countries involved, politicians from the EU, and politicians here. You even have maybe Hawking involved, the physicist Hawking. There was stuff, Alan Dershowitz was there, the famous lawyer. So.
In September 2009, Epstein also emailed a woman named Irina to tell her that Jess Staley is staying in the Berkeley Hotel in London tonight. Staley emailed Epstein the next day to say, "I should have taken your offer."
What the fuck is going on? This is insane. Who is Trump so scared of in the world that he's scared to release the files? I don't think that he's scared. I don't think scared is the word.
And others. I mean, like I said, both sides, Democrats and Republicans, are really been jerking each other off. They do this all the time, actually. You know, like I said, they have a hush fund, Congress does, where, you know, when guys get in trouble with women, they have a hush fund. I invite people to look that up. But the stuff does exist, like $200 million or something for this hush fund. And so it's a lot bigger than anybody thinks with this.
I think that he doesn't want to release the files because it will implicate potentially himself and other people that he's aligned with and friends with.
Yeah.
I think, though, Trump should realize at this point, bro, you survived an assassination attempt. Like, this is like, it wasn't direct, to be fair. And there's probably like 50 of them that we just didn't even hear about. So, Petrified, yeah, just fuck.
They're going to shout out to CoffeeZilla. CoffeeZilla's extras.
Fucking do it, man. You shouldn't even be alive right now. Just do it. Oh, it's gonna ruin all my friends' lives. That sucks. Too bad. Do it anyway.
It really is, too. That's their reason.
They had no problem roaching out on you after January 6th. And whenever you started...
But said, I don't know where they are.
I don't...
Said, I want...
There's any... And there's probably like 50 of them that we just didn't even hear about. So, Petrified, yeah, just fucking do it, man. You shouldn't even be alive right now. Just do it. Oh, it's gonna ruin all my friends. They flipped the script on you. No, fuck that. Fuck them. Do it anyway. They don't give a fuck about you.
According to the Times. There's also this book by one of the 60 Minutes correspondents called A Ticking Clock.
I think your assumptions
are wrong.
Where
he says that he met with Ghislaine Maxwell, and he said, I want the tapes. I said to Maxwell at a table at Regency Bar, I know he was videotaping everyone. I want the tape of Trump with the girls. She didn't deny the existence of the tapes, but said, I don't know where they are.
I don't know where they are implies they exist.
Yeah, I do. Sorry.
Apparently replied, ask Epstein, and she gave him a stern look and pointed a finger at my face. I'm the daughter of a press baron. I know the way you people think. If you do one side, you must...
I had to turn this down. Let's see, my mic might go black for a second. Screen light. Hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. That's the mic decibels. Jesus Christ. I don't know. This is Streamlabs. I'm very sorry. It's not me, Streamlabs. That's the problem. That's screen audio problems. So they're really crappy. And they never try to help. Just really crappy people.
Must do the other. If you get tapes on Trump, you have to do Clinton. Now,
hold on.
You must do the other. If you get tapes on Trump, you have to do Clinton. Now,
great idea.
Fair game.
Yep. These conditions are acceptable.
Yep.
You're telling me we get 2 and 1?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God. I didn't think we could be so lucky. We're about to get a hard reset? Yes.
Again, what you make of a third-hand source like this talking to Ghislaine Maxwell, who apparently doesn't deny that some of these tapes exist. Was she even telling the truth or just playing some game? Either way, this was all known about, not just by people after the fact, but allegedly by people during the fact. This is from Mark Epstein. It's sourced from Jeffrey Epstein. Quote, if I said what I know about both candidates, they'd have to cancel.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
people the election.
Let me see. Here's a direct quote. If I said what I know about both candidates, they'd have to cancel the election. That's what Jeffrey told me in 2016. Mark Epstein. Yeah. It was a recalling conversation he had with his brother about the showdown between Trump and Hillary Clinton. 69. Let's see. I believe
this
that
is Jeffrey Epstein's brother.
And Epstein is dead.
What the fuck is going on? How is this happening? This is so obvious, though. Dark shit happens. Why are we so surprised? The issue isn't that it happens. I'm not... Like, yes, stuff like Jeffrey Epstein has been happening ever since the dawn of time.
Yes.
But it's the fact that it's happening in plain view and it's being protected. I'm not upset. In a way, I'm upset that it happened. It sounds bad to say that I'm not upset that it happened. Of course it's bad that it happened. But the real conversation here is about why it's not being dealt with, basically.
In-N-Out Burger.
That's what Jeffrey told me in 2016. Mm-hmm. So not even Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell allegedly were claiming this was all just between them. They were constantly insinuating that there were compromising things on various powerful people.
Why can't we make these people testify?
Let's be honest. Trump would have to worry about another assassination attempt. There's a lot of people, political power, and national security intelligence, stuff like that. A lot of rich, powerful people that could order an assassination on Trump. That's another reason, too. Plus, they like to cover each other's asses.
Why can't we make them give up the names? I don't understand why we don't do that.
I do not understand. This is what they do.
Fifth Amendment?
It's what they do. Criminals do this with each other all the time.
The right to avoid self-incrimination.
That's in trial.
To testify against themselves. This isn't about themselves.
Yeah, this is also pertaining to trial. This is trial.
Yeah, they can't self-report. That's fine.
This is court.
Yep. Time to tweak the law? Yeah, no, that's what it says. Yeah. That's clearly what it says. And also, by the way, if we can't force them to testify, there's no way that this was happening completely domestically, which means that there are probably other countries in the world that we could...
No, I think, honestly, we should think about doing this more often all the time. Anyways.
Extradite them to that don't have the Fifth Amendment.
Yeah, UK.
Now, what would I do?
You said UK, Europe.
That's a good point.
Those are countries.
Oh, yeah.
No other countries have that except for the U.S.
Russia, wherever. Is there a precedent for this? Seems like a perfect time. Most countries have something similar. Well, that's okay. You only need to find one that doesn't.
They
yeah, you're telling,
and
this is what's so annoying about this. You're telling me the CIA and Guantanamo Bay was able to make those clowns stand on boxes looking like scarecrows while they're being electrocuted. You can waterboard people. You can torture them nonstop. But the only people that you can do this to are a bunch of random fucking terrorists in the Middle East, and we can't do it to one of the most prolific human traffickers of all time. Really? This is bullshit. This is bullshit. Where is the dark CIA? Where's the deep state when you need them?
They're involved in it.
It's bullshit.
That's the thing. You don't get it.
The pussies, yeah.
Files.
How convenient.
You said, that's what he said.
Wow.
Pedophiles. I'll say it. Jesus.
Also, the problem is being on a flight log alone doesn't prove anything, and people's speculations alone also bring no consequence. Then release everything. In my opinion, this might sound like, again, I do think that the way that I solve most problems is very barbaric. But I think it works. When you have an infection on a limb, sometimes you can't cure the infection and you have to sever the entire limb. Even though there are cells inside of that limb that are not infected.
Yeah.
Put out the information, put it all out, don't redact anybody's name, and sever the limb. How... I'm not against Trump.
Yeah, Bill Gates.
If I was against...
does...
Simply for philanthropic
Bill
advice
Gates.
really pushes
Bill
the
Gates,
bounds
yeah.
of belief.
Somebody says y'all want blood so bad you're turning your back on a patriot? How... I'm not against Trump.
Gates, his wife.
If I was against Trump, I would just be saying that, like, he's wrong, and I wouldn't be advocating for him to do anything. The reason why I'm saying this is because I think
all these super rich, most powerful country in the Western world, at least, involved with Epstein stuff like that, they want it dead, and they don't want the truth out there. You got politicians on both sides. You got people on all different political sides of the aisle. Don't want this stuff out. Intelligence, FBI and stuff like that.
I think there's a chance that it can happen. Like I'm the reason why I'm pushing for this is because I think that there is a critical mass that you can make this stuff come out with. And the reason why I'm talking about it a lot and pushing it a lot, the same with coffee, is because we are trying to reach that critical mass. That critical mass is what got Trump elected in the first place.
Forget a close associate of Bill Gates was named a fallback executor on the will of Jeffrey Epstein, which he, by the way, said he was shocked by and he deeply regrets meeting Epstein.
Wow.
Bill Gates has said similar things to that effect. Of course, Bill Gates fraternized with Epstein after he was convicted of crimes. Previously, he told the Wall Street Journal, I didn't have any business relationship or friendship with him.
Yes,
but
he
in
did.
fact, he met multiple times with him at his Manhattan townhouse.
Once,
He was seen going to Epstein Island. He was.
Wait, Coffee, you didn't read the next sentence. Once staying late into the night.
J.P. Morgan. There's J.P. Morgan, like I keep saying. Chase is involved in this cover-up as well. Linda Gates, his wife, and they separated. She knows a lot of stuff.
Gentlemen, I think we may have a problem here. And I think we might have a little bit of a situation. I don't know if you heard, but Cash Patel and Dan Moingo are considering resigning now. I'll look at it after this.
Manhattan townhouse. Now, once again, I have to say real quick.
And she knew about Bill Gates and these younger girls and stuff like that. So
all of these people are innocent until proven guilty. All of them deny
But he
doing
has the
anything
money.
untoward.
That's true. They are innocent. That's right. And I think that they're so innocent that they should come forward and testify in front of Congress, in front of everybody, televised, and just lay it all out. Like, we didn't... did we really make the Patriot Act for nothing? Like, don't we get to
That was to spy on Americans more than to protect us, but surveil us more. But anyway,
cash in on our deep state surveillance state stuff? Like, you have all these logs, you have all these phone recordings. You tapped everybody's phones. You've got everybody's internet logs. You've got everything. Just put it out there.
Well, like we said, they got this evidence. They're quashing. The FBI is a part of the cover-up. Intelligence is as well. This is so much bigger than anybody thinks.
But my point is, there are already too many associations to make the lone trafficker theory make any sense. For example, Jean-Luc Brunel was somebody who apparently trafficked a bunch of people to Epstein, who himself abused a bunch of women and even was charged for it. He was charged for some really awful things. And then
drugging and raping a 17-year-old girl.
So let's go over this. On December 16, 2020, Brunel was intercepted by police at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris as he was about to board a flight to Dakar, Senegal. He was then placed under garde à vue custody for questioning in relation to rape, sexual assault, criminal conspiracy, and human trafficking. With all the allegations involving minors, Brunel was charged on June 29, 2021 with drugging and raping a 17-year-old girl. In the 1990 to 2000s, Brunel said he was innocent. Let's see, that was December 27th. This is February 2022. Brunel was found dead. Wow, just like Epstein. Just like Epstein, huh? Yeah, wow, what a coincidence. It was 0 times. There's a pattern here. There's a pattern here.
I see. And then on February, Brunel was found dead in his jail cell, and then he allegedly killed himself. Huh.
Well, there's a pattern with these suicides here.
I'm sure not noticing a pattern here.
Yeah, there's...
And later found dead in his cell. Interestingly, Epstein was actually...
This is like with people that know about UFOs and ETs that ended up in a car accident, committed suicide, and stuff like that. Oh, it's a car crash. It committed suicide. It's very familiar.
Actually a financier of Brunel's modeling agency where a lot of this alleged abuse happened. So once again, the idea of the lone trafficker just doesn't make sense because Epstein's directly linked to another guy who was also abusing women.
Yes.
So after all of this, they're really asking you to believe the unbelievable. They're asking you to not believe what they've said about this case, both out of office and now in power. They're asking you to not believe public reporting linking Epstein to other known files. They're asking you not to believe suspicious circumstances regarding settlements of powerful people. They're asking you to believe that Epstein was just the greatest tax advisor and financial advisor on the planet that all of these billionaires needed to consult, despite the fact that there are entire organizations built around providing the same service.
And also, by the way, here's a really good way to look at it. If Epstein was so good at doing their taxes and they needed Epstein to do their taxes, then why didn't they start paying more taxes after Epstein died?
That is an excellent question. I didn't get to this Cash Patel thing. I'm very sorry.
Dan Boingo will not stay at the FBI if Pam Bondi is not removed. Not only is Dan Boingo...
I apologize, because I know some people who know, it's like... what I don't like is that I believe they're throwing her under a bus. What she did was stupid, like I've said in other videos. She should have never said that. Something is wrong. Either what she said is true and there's a cover-up. Which I know there is a cover-up. But she's not the only one that's in this cover-up. Anybody says otherwise is just lying to themselves and to others. It's frozen. This is stupid Google. My computers. Resources are fine.
But now Kash Patel is threatening to resign if Pam Bondi isn't fired as Attorney General. Holy fucking shit. If Kash leaves, MAGA implodes, I'm going to be honest. I totally side with Kash Patel over Pam Bondi. Any fucking day of the week. Absolutely, without a fucking second.
I believe
like, yeah, bro, like, this guy is, I think this guy is way more on our side than she is.
Here's the intel I've got from multiple FBI sources and White House-connected sources. One of them being Calcer.
Why her, not Kash Patel and Dan Bongino as well? They're covering stuff up too. I know there's a huge cover-up. And to say that, oh, it's Pam Bondi, it's like, that's bullshit.
And has really proven he's really dialed in and has a great knack for figuring out.
This is what the MAGA is all about, is that they believe that Trump is their Jesus Christ and Savior, and he could do no wrong, and there's a lot of bad stuff that Trump has done.
What's going on? There is orders obviously coming down from the top, Trump, to move on from the Epstein thing. And so when this fiasco came out with them giving mixed messages on the Epstein files, the first move was to blame Pam Bondi, who Susie Walls likes, Trump likes, but everybody else doesn't like, and reportedly is on her way out.
Let's be honest. Trump has to have beautiful, sexy women around him. Let's be honest. I would too. I like having beautiful, sexy women around. Makes it feel more beautiful. It does. But
in the near future, at least people are pushing for that. Bongino will probably resign, if not now, soon.
They have to resign. They have to resign to protect their own reputations. Because if they don't resign, then they're complicit.
And they can keep his honor and go.
Guys,
definitely.
I have a crazy idea for the new Attorney General. I've got a crazy idea. I know it might not seem.
Oh fuck no.
But there have been so many videos of Alex Jones acting like he should be in the Warhammer 40K universe as an Inquisitor that I think we should give him a shot.
Back to the media.
Listen. You want it for content. You want him for content. I get that. But no. Fuck no. Hell no. Hell no.
And Kash Patel is really the guy.
No. Everybody says no.
No,
gentlemen.
Like, yes,
No. You don't understand.
They've all got mustaches and they bug their eyes out at you and think they scare you. And you just look like an absolute clown freak that works for murdering terrorists that jack our food and water. I think you're a big joke. That's what I think you are, murdering scum. And army bases all over the world, raping.
I'm telling you guys. Drastic times call for drastic solutions. No one does it better.
That the establishment likes.
Making a very strong point.
I'm not saying he's overall a bad person, but because of some of the issues and some of his congressional testimony that they could call perjury, that they still let slip through, that he's more and more what the Washington system actually likes.
Yes.
And so that's where we're at on all of this. I wanted to get Robert Barnes' take on what I'm saying here on air. And
I just wonder, though, a lot of people worship Trump until they're in office with him until they're with him. So I wonder if things will stay the same or what.
Someone says we already have a conspiracy theorist running the health department.
Yeah.
I don't think we need another one in there as well.
Except for all.
Do you know what the funny thing is? I think that RFK has probably been the least controversial and the most positive impact. RFK said no more Red 2, and they stopped making Red 2. So we had what? So let me get this straight. So you bring in a nutball, and he has all these nutball policies that are Red 40 that nobody believes are true, and then he just does them and things are better. You found where autism comes from? Yeah, it's from DeviantArt. I could have told you that.
The fact that I don't believe this Epstein Streisand effect's going away, I think what's gone on the last few months, really intensifying last week, is only going to get more intense now. That's my view. I think it's a giant distraction from overall the great things the Trump administration is doing. And I wish this fiasco would have never happened.
True.
Because now Epstein's gone from a massive story to really the biggest ever. And it's going to become one of the deciding issues of the Trump administration, regardless of
what makes Dan Bongino and Cash Patel innocent of not covering this up. I want honest people here, honest opinions and stuff like that. No BS, no political BS on the other side. But I'd say that they're a part of the cover-up. What Pam Bondi did was pretty stupid. Very stupid.
what Trump wants. So that's where we are. What's your take?
Yep, fucking exactly. This is exactly the way I feel about it, 100%. And he loses hair in the lawsuit? I guess so. I believe they dropped the Epstein because of the bullshit disaster on purpose, so I don't know. But either way, Dan Bongino, if they resign, if him and Cash Patel both resign, that would be probably the most based possible thing that you could do.
Whitewash broke just a few days ago. It seems like 100 years ago. I told everybody this is a big scandal, ladies and gentlemen. And I told you it came right from the top, from Trump, for whatever.
There's things I don't like about Pam Bondi, especially if she has told Trump to obey the judges. I've always been pissed about that, but Trump has his own mind.
The reason he wants to move on. Never seen any evidence he's connected to Epstein. But regardless, we were told all this stuff was coming out. Now we're told it never existed. Well, we know a ton of stuff does exist. But I told you this wasn't just going to blow over. And the fact that they handled this way was going to create a giant Streisand effect. Well, now it has.
Just a minute. We got to deal with somebody. Be responsible. Be careful. Not everyone has the same IQ as you. Stop and return. What do you unhappy about? What have I said that you're not happy? Actually, you know what? You're saying these. You're making abstract statements. Why am I even going to begin arguing with a person that's just making these abstract, meaningless statements?
Warren came out and said, "Looks like Bongino will resign." I believe he will.
Yeah.
I think it's overall because
there's no reason to put up with
integrity. And it's not even about Trump. It's just about the way things have been handled.
Yeah.
And where this is going. Trump is doing so much good. His administration is doing so much good. Tom Homan, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Maha, trying to stop the wars. It's so important. But this attempt to say, never talk about Epstein again, move along, these aren't the droids you're looking for, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, is backfiring.
Yep.
And now the Democrats want hearings. It's just all going completely insane. The answer to all of this is to just put the information out.
Yep.
The answer is to tell the truth. Let the chips fall where they may. Yes, it can kill the stock market. Yes, it's going to bring down a lot of powerful people. Mm-hmm. But those are the powerful people that set up this corrupt system. We didn't elect Trump to play half measures. We didn't elect Trump to sit there and take over the establishment. We elected him to demolish the establishment.
That's one thing to keep in mind. A lot of people wanted Trump to go in and completely fuck everything up. That's exactly it. That was the goal.
Trump didn't save him in Butler and take him through all these crises to then just...
Would you support releasing the files even if Trump is in them?
Yes.
Absolutely. If it says verbatim, guaranteed, without a shadow of a doubt, Trump did the worst of the worst things, I would say put it out there right now. How could you not?
Take over the establishment, try to dismantle it that way. No, we want the whole thing to come crashing down for the whole world to see as an example to future tyrants. If we don't do that, God's going to judge us. Probably nuclear hellfire. That's my view on it. What do you think below? But I believe Bongino will be gone by Monday.
That was a pretty fast escalation.
I don't know if I heard there's a lot of stuff about that Bongino. I think he's crazy about some things about his Bongino and I don't know what the fuck.
Comment on what's happening in Washington with Dan Bundy.
This is they found this. There was a homeless man on the side of the street.
Don't care about his opinion.
The car. It would not have had this. What are you doing, man? Why would you do this? This is so dumb. Like, it's Glenn Beck. It is. It's Glenn Beck. And so anyway, is there so much credibility over journalism? No, I think so. I'll watch one more video and then we'll wrap this up.
I get a call, I don't know, about 4 years ago. It's from, let's say, a friend. Prior line of work thing, right? Guy says, listen. And this guy who calls me is an unimpeachable source. This guy's not like some ham and egg or tomato can guy throwing out some theory about a UFO he saw 72 years ago, whatever. This is like a legit no-nonsense guy. Guy you trust with your, wife, kid, and car, right? He says, I got sent on a temporary assignment once. And on that assignment, I got sent out with on the WCD detail, William Clinton detail. And I knew this guy well. And he says, Dan, I got to share this with someone. He said, I go on a plane and
I've heard this. I know where this is going.
And Bill, Clinton gets on the plane with this guy, and it turns out later the guy's Epstein. Now, this guy I'm talking to, this source, he don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is. He's just getting on the plane doing the thing, the whole, protection gig, right? He says, I get on the plane, and there are these girls who are obviously not of age who are on this plane.
Sounds like Bill, yeah.
Are you telling me that there's a bunch of underage girls on the airplane called the Lolita Express?
Yeah, Epstein
no fucking way. Next thing you're going to tell me that does KFC sell chicken? I had no fun. What about Burger King? Do they have any burgers over there?
Is it original recipe?
They're clearly young. These are not women. These are girls. And he says, I see Clinton disappear into the back.
Convenient.
He goes, I don't know what happened. I'm not saying what happened because all I know is he disappeared and these girls were back there or whatever. And he said they landed.
Let me ask you guys, those of you all who voted for Donald Trump for president, what would your response be if Donald Trump had Bill Clinton arrested for sex trafficking of minors? What would your response be?
You have to question what Trump do and all these other people.
Cinema-based W. I would laugh my ass off. I did vote for that. That would be...
It's about fair game. You have to go after everybody else, not just Bill Clinton. If he's going to get arrested, everyone else has to be arrested.
Winning on a level that I didn't even know was possible. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, there has to be evidence, definitely. Of course.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, best damn president. That would be. I think there's a very low probability. Listen, this is the way that I always look at most things. I think there are a lot of things like this that are 1% chances. But if you open up my World of Warcraft account, I have a lot of 1% chance mounts. 1%'s happened. When was the last time an ex-president got arrested? Donald Trump.
Next stop
2 years ago.
And he goes up to the boss on the detail and he says, I ain't getting back on this plane. Because he's a temp. He's not used to whatever Clinton was up to with the whole shenanigans thing. And this guy is clear as the driven snowman. He don't want to mess around with this. He says whatever just happened back there, like, I don't want any piece of it. They sent him home. They sent that guy home, and he was never tempted that detail again. Now, remember,
where is all of this? This is all government record, right?
Well,
so if it all got...
This is the question. Where the fuck is this guy if this is true? Because we don't know if it's made up unless people come out. This is the thing. I'm sick of a lot of the stories. I want the proof. And it's out there. I know the FBI is quashing it. I know intelligence is as well.
Deleted. So there's two universes. The universe where it exists. Well, that's easy to figure out. Yeah. And the universe where it got deleted. If it got deleted, I think we should know that it got deleted.
Those blackberries on that detail. Here's where the story gets super weird.
Could have it.
The guy tells me, what is it, months or a couple weeks later, when you lose property in the Secret Service, an email goes out. It'll say like, hey, I lost his phone. And it gets logged into NCIC or whatever it is. Yeah. And everybody knows. So basically, if you find this guy's gun, God forbid, or his phone, it's now effectively stolen property, right?
Yeah, sure.
All of a sudden, all the blackberries on that detail for the agents start showing up like, oh, this guy lost his BlackBerry. Holy shit. Wow, that's so crazy. How'd that happen? I'm like, no. He says, yes. He says it was the craziest thing. Like, oh, look, Agent Joey Bag of Donuts. Missing BlackBerry. This is around the whole time. Like, the Clinton thing's going.
Are you really telling me that this guy is the co-head of the FBI? Either he's lying. Why is this guy not empowered to look into this? And if you want me to look, as I said, these are the faces of shame. This is not the face of a liar. This isn't the face of a deceiver. This is the face of shame and guilt. He's resigning? I think he should.
So fast forward this story, right? He tells me that. About a year and a half after that, I'm in a green room at Fox, and I'm not going to say who because they didn't give me permission to share it, but the short story, but not who they are. It says, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no.
What?
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure of that?
What?
The person.
Everybody says that all these people say that he is, but me, I'd want the proof. I still want the proof. I gotta have proof. It's easy to say that he's before Mossad. The thing is, all you do, any guy could get the rich and powerful together if he's rich and powerful himself. And he could have, hey, look what I got, girls. You're going to get the rich and powerful to come to you if you're rich and powerful yourself. And if you've got connections, they will come to you. It's like Field of Dreams in baseball. You build the field, you build the stadium, they will come. You have the girls, they will come. It's the same thing. You don't have to be Mossad or whatever, to get, all these rich and powerful people. Now, if they're funneling in money, that could help. But the thing is, I want proof that he's a part of Mossad. I want real proof, not just a bunch of hearsay.
Let's say he's like, I'm absolutely sure of that. That he's either a witting or unwitting asset, intelligence asset. Meaning, his plane and that island, the cameras, there's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake.
Anybody that this is, if they were exclusively in one person's custody, the political party at the time of recovering them would have used them and weaponized them. This is obvious.
Like I keep saying, both political sides, different political parties in Europe, UK, and stuff like that were involved. So they scratch each other's back. They want all this quashed. People in different intelligence circles, etc., Chase Bank, etc. So the most powerful, wealthiest people in the world were involved with Epstein.
Obviously not true.
The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him. No, he wasn't the only one who had him, according to this source. These assets, that's why this blackmail story makes so much sense. Which Middle Eastern countries they are, I don't know, but this person who's a very, very good reporter. I mean,
does the source just trust me? I mean, I understand that you might not want to believe this guy 100%. But isn't it crazy how so many of these stories come together that kind of paint the same picture? It's like if you were making a jigsaw puzzle, like let's say...
Well, the thing is, there's a lot of people that believe in the same theory. They're going to report the same thing over and over again, and everything's going to fit like a pattern. You don't need proof. It's just all these people say the same thing. It's going to make a pattern, whether it's true or not. So either it's truth or either it's lies that's getting spread like wildfire. To me, I want the truth. I don't want a bunch of hearsay or BS or whatever, or people say the same thing. I want paper. I want proof and stuff. I'm sick of the stories so much, but I want to hear from people's mouths. I want to see it from people's mouths. I can keep on doing this like I was doing this for years and everything.
You have a 300-piece jigsaw puzzle. You have 285 pieces. And it's very clearly like, I don't know, it's like a bird on a tree. And somebody keeps trying to say, no, it's a motorcycle. And you say, no, it's a bird on a tree. Look, it's obviously, they say, well, how do you know that? You only have 283 out of the 300 pieces. It's bullshit. It's total bullshit. Something is wrong. You're wrong about this matter, very wrong. You have to understand there's a limit to what people can do. Trump saved us from fucking people who hate America, and we're running America. Wake up, stop staying at home. Trump should do this. If you don't know everything, there are things Trump can't do. Let me ask you this.
This is so such a friggin' problem that people believe their political party to be gods and they're infallible and they never break any laws. When so many politicians on any side break laws every day, just about. But I can't believe some people believe that Trump is the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. It's ridiculous. But
why can't Trump do this? Why not? Didn't Trump just threaten to bomb Moscow to Putin? Wasn't it just exposed that Trump just said, yeah, if you piss me off about this, I'm just going to nuke Moscow?
No, he didn't say
honestly, that. I don't know. I don't. But he clearly didn't change his mind in one day. Well, you're saying that Trump can't come out with these files. I'm asking you, why can't he come out with the files? By the way, if English isn't your first language, there's a high probability that you aren't an American. I don't know. Maybe you are an American. Okay, this guy seems to be pretty positive. I guess I'm originally from Iraq.
Oh.
Okay, now you're an American? Good, welcome. All right, never mind. That's good. Yes, I am an American? All right, great. He's not in it. How can he be in it? There's a lot of ways he could be in it, man. Come on.
Dude.
Come on.
He could be in it.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways. Because maybe he got threatened. Then why doesn't he just kill the people that threatened him? He bombed Iran overnight with B-2 bombers. He destroyed their entire nuclear facilities. And you're telling me that he can't kill the people that are threatening him? It's bullshit. No, it's... why Democrats...
Yeah, I believe they did that for optics. I believe Trump did that just because Israel was, getting all the PR and everything, the optics and everything. And Trump said, we need to take the optics away from Israel. We want America number one. We need to show what we could do. It's like, I don't know.
Didn't release it if he's in it, seriously? Because they're in it too. And there's a third party that has access to it. What if it's a foreign government like Israel? I think that if Israel said that they were blackmailing Trump by Like, I will just, if any country said that they were blackmailing Trump and that they would threaten to kill Trump if you release the Epstein files, I think that the American people would overwhelmingly support obliterating that country. Straight up. I'll say it. I know I would.
In aces, right? Swore Epstein was either a witting or unwitting intelligence asset, and they may have had his plane wired up, and they're the ones who have all this stuff. So the point is, to sum it up, how do you know some of these countries aren't going to some of these power players who aren't making decisions? Because, hey, you wouldn't want this video out there, right?
Somebody says I'm crazy. I'm crazy. No, I'm not. I'm the only person who's not. I think that there's a lot of people, this is a big issue that a lot of people have, is that they're so afraid of the direct and immediate effects of a confrontation that they let it get worse over time. And because of that, because they let it get worse over time, it makes the problem at a certain point unapproachable. And I think that really it's important to effectively, like, it's important to kill problems as soon as they start to exist, rather than letting them fester and grow and get worse over time.
Now for something different. This is from the line. This is a last going out thing. This is Lion Whisperer. And I'm glad it got here because I want these to be a little more uplifting. I don't know what the fuck happened to Kick. What the fuck is up with that? They keep on shutting me down over there. Anyways. Let's see. Lion shows me I'm part of the tribe. Let's see. I want some kitty cats like that. Not even 10 of them.
Guys, so as many of you will know, I have worked with lions almost 3 decades, and I can tell you that the most important conversations that I've had with lions are the ones where no language has been spoken, but the language has been quiet. So many a time I've been there sitting with the lions, and then there's just this affectionate head rub that's come out of nowhere. A paw reaching out and putting and touching me, and then the paw resting on my lap. I would say they pretty much are around 5, maybe 6 kind of cues or body languages, which under each heading there's a few things that can go under. But obviously with the lions the cues are touch, so that's kind of self-explanatory. Touching with the paws, touching with the body, licking. Then there's the facial expressions, so that's a very important one. I include the ears in that because the ears are part of a facial expression. That's the eyes, the nose, the mouth, cheeks, ears. Then we have the tail. The tail tells a tale. So pay close attention to the tail. At the moment the tails are, just want to catch up with them. Just want to show you the tails. Under shadow, their tails are pretty relaxed, not doing anything, just hanging down. That's a chilled cat. And that tail starts to swish. I don't know. Something to look out for. Or if that tail is very stiff, it's also something to look out for. A raised tail can be excitement for a greeting. So there's a lot of information that we can gather from the tail. Then another important one is synchronized behavior. So at the moment, I would say this is pretty synchronized behavior. Look what they're both doing. Both walking. They're both walking with a purpose. They're both walking together. That says something. They're not fighting. They're not agitated. They're on a mission. and they're pretty bonded. Another example of synchronized behavior would be when you see, like in the case of Thor's group, you see 6 lions are walking along. One lion lies down. Next thing, all 6 lions are lying down. That's a synchronized behavior. The last category is something that I did touch on earlier when George was rubbing and marking the bushes, and that's the scent marking. So there's a chemical cue. The scent cues, guys, or the scent marking, it also, so not only is the scent marking to ward off other would-be challenges, or to just let other lions know that they've patrolled the area, but we've all seen when the lions get off rolling in the different pheromone-filled poo, and we see them all you're getting all euphoric, rolling around in elephant dung and rhino dung and fresh giraffe dung and zebra poo. They love it. And then you'll see them all flopping on top of each other and bonding. So they reaffirm bonds in that way too. So the scent cue is a very important one. They're not making a noise. They might let off a few little grunts and groans of happiness, but it's certainly not vocal like humans. I think one thing that I know, I'm going to just pick up on this again, because you know in the past I have been accused of talking too much, and I know that's been put to rest, because a lot of you, in fact the majority of you, said without me talking there's no context to the video. So today's video would mean nothing, to just be visuals of lions walking, if it wasn't for me giving you context as to what's going on in terms of the body language, the unspoken language. So yeah, I've always said that I'm the conduit.
People, please go over and give him a like, Lion Whisperer. Really good stuff.
Whoa! Okay, now watch. What's going to happen? There we go.
Yes, we see you.
Yeah, always Thor's group sets everyone off. So, yeah, let's just give guys some context as to what happened here. So, George and Yame have been on a long walk, and they've come up to a particular point. It's a corner. We call it the southern corner. And the end camp is generally a camp that Thor's group tends to like, because it's away from everyone else. It's next door to the striped hyena, so there's no lions to irritate him. But when a lion like Yame, who is a lion in his prime, look at the face. Hello, my boy. You see what he did there? Hello, my boy. He's reaffirming his bond with me. That is awesome. So what he's saying is, I'm his tribe.
Very healthy.
He didn't really talk. He just gave a little bit of a oh, but he showed me.
Yes, marking territory.
He showed me visually through his face and through touch that I'm his tribe. He didn't tell me, hey Kev, you're my tribe. I could see it. and that's after a roaring episode. So him and George were both roaring, telling Thor where he can go and fly his kite. And then after the roaring, he came up to me and he said, "Hey Kev, you're part of my tribe." And that's cool. And that, as I say, it was through the touch, the rub, and obviously also through the face. I could see his face. His face was very endearing. So yeah, very different to Yame's face when he's super pissed off and aggravated. I mean, I've got to get a picture of it. I'm sure I will when he sees the hyenas now. We're walking around, we're going to see the hyenas, and you'll see his face is going to get all tight. At the moment, his face is nice and relaxed. Look at his face. Cheek rub.
How much health?
So I always, in the past, you guys have heard me talk about the importance of the head bump. And I was, obviously with Meg and Icarus, I was always holding out for that head bump. And we waited a very, very long time, but when the head bump came, I was so super stoked. And why is that? Because that is one of the sincerest forms of affection from a lion. They have scent glands in their cheeks, and it's almost like they're rubbing their scent on you, and you're both kind of giving your scent on each other, and it's really an endearing sentiment. So when Yame head bumps me, or George head bumps me, it's like, wow, man, you don't get better than that. That's like somebody telling you, "Hey buddy, I love you, you're my best friend, and I cannot imagine life without you." That's a lion's way of saying that, which is fantastic. Okay, look at the body language, look at the face. Yeah, they're here, their favorite spot, taunting the hyenas. And in particular this group. They don't like this group. Hello Bongo, Tika, Kiro.
The hyenas are good.
Quiddy quiddy quiddy.
Of course, lions don't like them.
Look at his
They don't
toe.
like each other. Very beautiful name. Belgian name. Usually lions don't get those out in the wild. It's very rare.
See the tail.
All the scents and odors and everything else, just breathing everything in, inhaling everything.
What does this tell us about lion sentience? Okay, what this tells us is that lions have emotional depth, and I would say silent communication proves social intelligence. So silent communication is proof of social intelligence, in my opinion. And these I suppose these interactions mirror aspects of human relationships. I'm not anthropomorphizing lions, I'm not humanizing lions, but what I am saying is we are meant to be socially intelligent, and a lot of the body posturing that they do mirrors humans, so it is an indication of intelligence. And its sentience is basically shown in its subtlety. You cannot look at a lion and not say that they're a sentient creature capable of emotions and feelings, etc. And this is why I always say that if a lion must live in captivity, they must at least be allowed to express themselves socially. And so, because these silent communications are basically their emotions of life. Hello, my boy. There he goes. Gives me a rub again, and he's going to do not only a rub. What's in your mane? You got like all these thorns. He's got all these little burrs in his mane. Can I get them out? Can I get them out? Can I get them out? What is this in your hair? Eh? It's got all these burrs. All these burrs. He's been very affectionate. Don't knock over my camera. Yeah, he's also been very affectionate. Tell him, my big boy, and he's floppy down. That's a nice sign of affection there. Put that camera over there. Give you a belly rub there. No, don't knock the camera over.
Oh, thank you. Hope you had a good night. It's just my ending to get, away from the serious stuff and everything like that. Sometimes I watch this stuff and everything. I need to give a shout out again to the Lion Whisperer. Worth watching. He's had these beautiful creatures, these lions, since they were very young, so that's why he's able to pet them and be around them. Otherwise, lions are very territorial. They'll kill you for being in the same place like that. A lot of places have tigers, lions, etc. in very abusive conditions. This is not one of them. So he's done a very good job having lions and his preserves there. Or reserve, I should say.
Okay, guys, so I'm just waiting for George to come pick us up. And I would actually like to encourage you, the next time you have the privilege of being out in the wild observing lions, if you have that privilege, I encourage you to not wait for that roar or, those vocalizations that they do, but just to sit there in silence and look at what's going on, because I think if you pay enough attention, that is where the real story lies.
Those beautiful cooties. I used to have long counts and stuff. God, I miss it. God, I'd like to do that if I could. I would do stuff like that.
Thanks to each and every one of you, and until next time from me, Kevin, George and Yame. Bye.
That's it. Hope everybody's good morning, night, wherever you are. And peace out, everybody.